Hey, welcome back to the podcast, you guys. So, we took the month of June off because you know what? We're all gay and we feel like we deserve a break.
Yeah.
And none of my high school bullies Venmoed me $5. So, yeah, I don't know. I felt justified in taking a month-long vacation. What about you guys?
Like, yeah, it was Pride Month. This is like our seriously, Kat? This is our our second time. Well, I guess it's only our second June.
second our second
That
year in a row of taking Pride
we
Month
just
off.
missed like Pride Month, like any sort of Pride anything. It's never on purpose, but like at the same time, a lot happens in June. So
Yeah.
we're
Um
gay, we're busy.
so I had just called Kelsey and we were talking about something that's happening with me and we got to talking about it and I think that maybe I'm not the only person dealing with it, and maybe us talking about it could help me figure some stuff out, and maybe help you guys not feel so alone. Or better yet, maybe it could help you figure some stuff out. I don't know. Um, I am just a queer who has anxiety about things. So, um, I don't think I've mentioned it on the podcast before, but I served in the military for a number of years. And recently I'm having some trouble, not, I mean, like mental health wise, obviously. But I'm having more like physical problems as a result of my time in the military. And it's it's hard to kind of like see the fairness in the world, I guess, when you live in a country like the United States that forces you to pay for healthcare, that in my case they caused. Um, and, I'm not quite 30 yet, and I was sitting in the dentist's office and feeling very sad and depressed because I was getting a tooth pulled out that was kind of ruined by military dentists. Um, that I, had to spend an exorbitant amount to have somebody take it out of me. So I'm losing a tooth at an age where that should not really be a problem in my life. Like, and I have to pay for that. Like, and it all seemed like very unfair and shitty. I don't know. And like I already struggle with depression. I always kind of have. And I don't know. I feel like very disillusioned with reality, so to speak. Like it just feels like, what's like sometimes it feels like what's the point? Because it feels like we can't really win, like in the causes of leaving behind a positive legacy, or, like it just seems like we're forced to stay in this unfair, fucked up system, um, that we literally can't do anything about and can't get out of even if we wanted to, because like capitalism is killing us and is also causing the destruction of the planet through climate change. And like, even if we could afford to move to a country that offered universal health care and, took bold actions to, help curtail climate change, um, it wouldn't matter because 71% of the, you know, pollution and horrible shit and the causes of climate change are uh, made by a handful of corporations, and they're not going to stop. So that's great, right?
Yeah, because even if
Right,
we
you
lived in those
guys?
other countries, we would still be affected by what America and capitalism is doing.
Which is frying the planet, just in an
Yeah.
air fryer of our own creation. Um,
Yeah. Like Bree and I live in the Pacific Northwest, and if you were paying attention to the news, we're in the middle of a heat wave, a dangerous heat wave, which is caused by what was that? Climate change.
Mm.
and people are dying.
Killing me softly with pollution. Killing us softly
God,
with heat waves. Okay, I'm gonna
copyright.
stop. I apologize. I apologize. But that was good. That was funny.
That was
That
really
was
good.
funny. Thank you. Um, and I don't think Miss Lauren Hill would mind if I did that with her song.
Probably not.
Probably not, because she seems like a person who also understands,
Let's be
climate
real. She's
change
not
and
listening to our podcast. It's fine.
no, but I'm saying I hope she doesn't sue me. Fair use, you guys. That was a parody. No.
The Al Yankovic defense. Is that what it's
Yes,
called?
absolutely. The Al Yankovic defense. Like, it just seems like very fucked up to have to deal with constantly, and like waking up to this reality is exhausting. Like, how do you put a silver spin on it? Ugh. Like, hey, we're all dying, and like also, you know, we kind of have to deal with chronic pain in some cases. And like also on top of that, you might have to deal with like fucked up racial things that happen to you because you might be of a certain skin color, or because you worship a certain religion, or you you know aren't cis or white or heteronormative or even like neurotypical, because like let's be honest, the way the world treats people who are working through their mental health is kind of fucking awful too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it just seems like, for me, it feels overwhelming sometimes. Like it feels hopeless to battle against, like hopeless to like my favorite part of my day is falling asleep, because like then I don't have to be like conscious and aware that I'm alive.
Same.
And like I don't think going to bed at 9:30 should be a coping mechanism.
But it feels so fucking good. That's
It
what's
does.
sad.
It does.
It feels
Yeah,
so naughty too. Like when you go to bed early, it's like, ooh, I'm going to bed early and I don't have to be awake. It's
exactly. And then like people ask you like, "Oh, does that mean you get up early? You probably wake up at like 5 or 6." And I'm like, "No, I wake
nope.
up at like 8:30 or 9." Yeah, I mean like Bree, I would love to get your perspective. Like, how are you feeling?
Like, in general.
Yeah, because like I was telling Kelsey earlier, like I feel like a Sims character whose house is on fire, and the person whose like character I am has deleted all the doors in the house. The doors in the house have been deleted. It's just walls, and everything around me is burning. Yeah.
Well, if I had to use an analogy, I guess I'd feel like I'd be in the middle of the ocean with only my face above the water.
Mm. I wonder, I wonder how many of us are feeling like this, especially post like a world level traumatic event.
A
Yeah.
world pause.
Yeah, like we all just collectively, like as like humanity, kind of went through a super fucked up thing, and
Not just one
a
super
half of
fucked up thing, but like a multitude of super fucked up
multitude
things
of
in the
super
span
fucked
of
up things.
a year.
And like I feel like half the population doesn't even believe it happened. Like they're like, that never happened. What be it? And that's also confusing and terrifying, if I might add. So,
It's just a lot. Just a lot happened last year and even this year. Like obviously this year literally started out with a giant terrorist attack. It's
and
been
is also being called not a thing that happened
oh
on
yeah, and
January
it and
6th.
the same people that supported said terrorist attack and who participated in it are now talking about a civil war. So everything's great, guys. It's fine. Oh, and Trump said he is officially running in 2024. It's so fun. I love it
I hope
here.
he's dead by then. Like, I hope he suffers a massive heart attack.
Me too. I'm
Uh,
so sad that COVID didn't
Fucking
get him.
orange goblin. Demon!
It's just, I honestly do think though, like it wasn't just COVID that like caused collective trauma. It was his presidency too. Like
Yeah,
not to be
no,
mean,
absolutely.
like that was a terrifying 4 years. I mean, I'm still terrified,
Honestly,
but
the Bush presidency was also hella traumatic.
yes, it was.
And it
What?
started out with like a terrorist attack. Oh, and he also stole an election, so there we go.
Yeah. Also
Um,
committed war crimes.
Also committed war
But
crimes,
that's
yes.
every president.
That is every US president. Colonialism and genocide. That's our brand. That's what we do. Um, Literally because like then we go and we plant Starbucks and McDonald's and Nike stores and in exchange they give us their natural resources. And by give us, I mean like we take it from them because we want it. And that's what you just do. Yeah, and so these are a few of our awfulest things. Um, it just seems like I don't know, like it just seems like it's so obvious what we should be doing, and yet no one's doing it. Like the
Which is in
people
turn having
that
an
have the
impact on
power to do
people's
it.
lives and mental health and all that stuff.
And
Like we're
like
literally running out of water, guys. We're running out of water.
we're running out of water. We're going to be killing each other over it very soon, I feel like.
Mad
Um,
Max, here we come.
Yeah. Ah, that is terrifying. I don't want to do this. Um, I do not do well with not having access to food and water, because I feel like that's just the basic human right to have access to. Um, because
Yeah, food,
none of
water,
us
shelter, AC. AC should be a human right. I swear to
AC should
God.
be a human right. And here's the thing, there's literally no reason why that can't happen. We throw away, I think it's twice as much food as it would take to just end world hunger because it's more profitable to throw away food than just to
Jeff
feed the
Bezos
planet.
could solve world hunger and still be rich.
Jeff Bezos
So,
could solve world hunger and still be a billionaire.
yeah. But
Many,
what is he
many
choosing to
hundreds of
do?
times over.
He's choosing to go to space.
Um, I feel like that should not be allowed.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how we already are a connected planet. We have the World Wide Web, we have telephones, we have satellites. We are a connected planet. Like there's no reason why we shouldn't be like maximizing our potential and trying to give us the best quality of life we can possibly offer each other
Yeah.
rather than whatever this shitty thing is. I don't know. Is that like I cannot be the only one who thinks this way. Like I
No, I
can't. I
agree.
refuse to believe so. Like like everybody has to understand this, right? Like if the entire world just worked together, there would be no poverty, there would be no starvation, like there wouldn't need to be a wars for things because we could just like very effectively, efficiently and eagerly distribute things to people in need that would need them. Uh, and like we could do it with automation so people could just like live and create what they wanted to create and produce what they wanted to produce and just enjoy existence instead of like struggle to survive in it. Doesn't that just sound better?
No, people would rather fight wars over imaginary things like money. Fuck other people, I guess.
Like it just sounds like everyone would be so much better off if we did that. So I guess if you're still listening to this episode,
This
um,
very
because
uplifting
woo, it's
episode.
very depressing. Like if you're also feeling this way, just like clearly you're not alone. We're also in the same boat. And it's okay to be having a hard time, and it's perfectly valid if you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. And like it's okay to be upset about that, and it's okay to feel sad and to like mourn that, I guess, in a way. Um, because I think if we all did it, then like that would just get us closer to a world that would function better and actually, you know, exist where human beings didn't have to suffer.
Yeah, I would like to be able to like go to the doctor and go to therapy and go to the dentist without, going into debt and into a deep depression because I'm in such a debt. It would be really nice. It'd be really nice if I could take care of myself without going into debt. That's all I want. I don't feel like I'm
Yeah.
asking for a lot.
I'd also like to
And
be able
it's
to go to the doctors without them telling that I'm, fat and then wasting money on it.
Being able to go to the
I
doctors
guess.
without getting in trouble with your work.
Mm.
Ooh, not having to count your
Oh.
sick days.
It
Mm.
doesn't matter if you have a doctor's note, it's still going to be a point. Which is like, by the way, I'm telling you right now, like if you have the opportunity not to work at a place that gives you like infractions for being tardy, don't work there. It's awful.
I literally at one of my old jobs got a write up for being sick and not coming into work because I was
I got a
puking.
write-up
I worked
even
in a
though I had a
restaurant.
note from the doctor. That's how insane it was that I couldn't pay for.
Oh yeah, I got when I worked at I brought in a doctor's note for being like I think I injured my foot and I still got in trouble for even though I went to the hospital and that's why I
Um,
couldn't go into work. I don't
I
care.
wouldn't do I wouldn't do that just for like legal purposes. So, we're gonna bleep that out, and I'm just gonna tell you that it's a store that rhymes with Schwalmart.
Why would that be bad for legal purposes?
Um, because if they ever want to get us, they could just be like, oh, this is defamatory because there is no such incident, blah, blah, blah. Is there a way for you to prove
Fine.
this? If not, then it could be slander, et
A
cetera, et
place
cetera. And I'm
that
just
sounds
like,
like
don't want you to
Schlomart.
get
There
in
you
trouble.
go.
It's a store that rhymes with Schwalmart. Which, by the way, that's such a fabulous name. I would shop at a store called Schwalmart. Um, yeah, no, I also worked for this place and had a very similar thing happen to me. That was the doctor note place that said I would get a write-up even with a doctor's note because I didn't have any sick days left.
Funny, I also worked at Walmart, but I did not get let go
Yeah.
because of that. I got let go because I was still in training because the guy that originally trained me was actually stealing, $1,000 worth of electronics every other day because he worked in the restocking for the electronic department. So I was being retrained and my trainer quit and I got in trouble for standing there because I didn't understand my job. I was only there for like 7 days.
You gotta love that. Turnover rate.
That is
So once again,
amazing.
Schwalmart, one of the biggest corporate mm, like mammoths, Goliaths, you could say. Um, Monopoly, an actual monopoly that needs to be um, split apart by Congress. Just saying. Just saying. An absolute
Yes.
monopoly. Uh, Amazonia. Amazonia absolutely deserves to be monopolied. Monopolied uh, in its entirety. Um, like just out of existence. Oof. Yeah. No, it's
And
awful
everybody
here.
thought this
It's
wasn't going to be
awful
a
here.
horror episode. This is the horrors of the world.
Burning house that I'm in the middle of with all of the doors deleted. No doors. all I'm saying.
And if you feel that way, it's very much valid. Just saying.
It's very valid, babies. It's very valid. It's awful. It really is. Shit's hard.
It's a lot. Do we have anything else to add to this depressing discussion?
I don't know. Brie?
Um, well, if you guys want a short, funny story, I was kicked out of my house for being vaccinated.
This
Ooh,
is
yes,
true.
tell the audience.
No, well, I can't delve too much into it because legal reasons and shit. But yeah, I was told to leave my house in 10 days before my second shot by the current people that I was living with. And yeah, so thanks to the wonderful graces of my coworker, I was able to move in with her for a short while. But I got kicked out because I got vaccinated against COVID because I work in the healthcare.
Tell the audience why the vaccine is wrong in the eyes of your former roommate.
Oh God, I cannot take this. I can't. Please stop it.
COVID is fake. The vaccination will control you. The government is controlling
say
you.
the other one.
No,
say
no,
the
no.
other
Hold
one.
on.
My
Nope.
favorite one. Okay, just getting to it.
The government will control you. The government is exercising its control to see how much of your life that they can control. That's why the whole shutdown thing happened. The microchip, the 5G waves.
Oh God, I love when they
Your
get
body
into
already
the
has a
5G
natural
ones.
defense against COVID, even though COVID isn't real. There's still a natural defense. You already have COVID in your stomach. COVID isn't real. And then because the vaccinated people have the vaccine and part of the not real COVID virus, I can shed my skin cells or shed the what the fuck was it called? The T cell? V cell? It's a made up fucking bullshit cell.
It's from Resident Evil, it sounds like.
Your body sheds this if you're vaccinated, and it can cause unvaccinated people to get sick with the COVID virus that they don't believe is real.
Oh, and my favorite part of this is the conspiracy culminated with it causes infertility because the ultimate goal is to like
Yeah.
cull, I guess, a culling.
Yeah.
And they're worried about, infertility and sterility and whatever.
And then if you take
And
into account,
how old is are these roommates of yours? Just to throw it out there. Approximately.
51 and 72.
So like very much into their childbearing years.
Oh yes, absolutely. Something to be incredibly concerned about.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why I haven't done anything for the podcast, is because I've been dealing with some shit, and again, I can't really get into detail with most of it.
It is a funny and the worst, most depressing way, though.
Yes, but unfortunately, due to my generation and the time period that I exist in, it just seems to happen every decade. Something fucking stupid happens, and I'm supposed to start my fucking life over again. For something that wasn't my fault.
Yeah, no, I kind of feel like that sort of defines our generation, sadly. Like, it's awesome to be a millennial. Like, either our government is spying on us or committing acts of terrorism in other countries, or dumbing down our educational system by completely and utterly defunding it. I cannot. Existence is so exhausting. I literally can't. Ugh. No one asked to be born. I'm just saying. It's very
That
tiresome.
whenever you say that, it reminds me of this billboard that Bree and I see on these bi-weekly drives that we take. It's like a pro-life billboard, I don't remember what it said, but like the first time we saw it, we were like, excuse me, I didn't ask to get born. I would like to be aborted, please.
Where's the
Truly.
unborn button?
I'm just saying, if they ever create a time machine, I would go back into the past and just like cock block that entire night from happening so it doesn't occur. So then I could fade like the pictures of his siblings from Back to the Future.
Mom, why didn't you swallow me? I would have rather have been swallowed. I don't want to be here.
Mm. Or just like maybe conceived on a different night. So I wouldn't be like in this version of the universe. I don't know. Maybe I could be an optimistic person who doesn't have depression.
That would be great.
That would be grand. Oh, God, I need a cigarette. I'm having a cigarette.
I thought you were already.
So, on a different note, there's a movie I would very much like to review, please, for the next episode.
Ooh, movie idea reviewing.
What the fuck is
time.
it called again?
Oh.
Willy's Wonderland?
It's a Nicolas Cage horror movie inspired by Five Nights
Oh,
at
the
Freddy's.
new Nicolas Cage horror movie out on Hulu.
So, that's gonna be our next episode because, oh my god. I'm already
It's
in
so
love.
good.
I'm already in love.
Bree, do you want to tell them what it's called?
I think it's like Willy's Wonderland or some shit.
It's Willy's Wonderland. It is on Hulu right now if you have Hulu, and it stars Nicolas Cage, who we stan on this podcast. Yeah.
Nicolas Cage in horror movies is chef's kiss.
Nicolas Cage is the best part of every movie that he's in. Even if the movie is terrible, he's great in it.
So
Whether it's his
Abso-
best acting job or his worst
Please
acting
watch
job, you're
Mandy.
still
I'm
entertained.
just saying. Ooh, we totally should do a review on Mandy too. Bree, you would love Mandy.
Love Mandy.
Alright, we'll try
Like,
that.
yes. Oh my gosh.
Guess what else is on Hulu, Joshua? Guess what else is on Hulu? That's not what's on Hulu.
Those are cats, by the way. She's yelling at her cats.
Anyways, The Covenant is on Hulu, so I think I'm gonna make Bree watch it.
The Covenant, oh my God, Bree. That's a delight. That's a visual, audible, sensorial, Oscar-worthy delight of a movie.
Watch as I not like
Lots
it.
of
Bree, that was sarcasm.
Bree, you would love it.
It's so
You
bad,
would
it's
love it.
wonderful.
It's so bad, it's wonderful. It is like the emo gay boy version of Showgirls,
But they're witches.
but they're boy witches
Gay boy witches. The Winter Soldier is in it, and
that
like
have to like
they're
get
shirtless.
shirtless and have erect nipples and roll around in a bar while shooting each other with their hot witchy hand blows. I mean, like magic.
It's so good.
It's so wonderful. An absolute recommend for anybody listening. Please watch The Covenant. It is the best thing the 2000s have ever produced.
Oh, and I also like, while we're talking about movies that we want to review for the audience, we're also going to review the Fear Street trilogy that's coming out on Netflix. I've decided.
Yes. And we're going to
so
be
be
doing
ready
it
for that.
episode by episode.
Yes. If you don't know what Fear Street is, it's like a book series that was made by Earl Stein, who made Goosebumps, but it was like for teenagers.
And it was
like people
great.
made out in it and like stabbed each other. It was a good time. So I'm
It
very
was
excited for
such
these
a good
movies. 'cause they're
by the
rated
way,
R.
I absolutely read Fear Street far too young.
I was reading Fear Street in the 5th grade.
I was going to say I could not be older than 11 or 12 when I read Fear
Yeah,
Street.
I was obsessed. Because
Like,
that was when I was like ready to make
I
out
would
with
go to
people.
the library and stay there for hours reading the book because I knew if I checked it out and took it home, I would get in trouble by my parents.
Oh, my parents would take me to the secondhand bookstore and I would pick out mainly Fear Street books, V.C. Andrews books. That was a yikes time in my life.
V.C. Andrews.
Because I read Flowers in the Attic and I was like,
Come
oh,
on,
you know what I need?
Flowers
More
in the
incest
Attic.
books. Just
Yes.
more of them.
Um, and also, oh God, what was his name? The 80s teen horror author.
Christopher Pike?
The Christopher Pike novels, or should I
So
say
good.
horror novellas,
He had the
aimed at
best
a
vampire
teenage audience.
books.
So good. He even had like kind of a preteen series of books,
Yes.
which are awesome, and I would still read them as an adult because the adventures were so fun
We
and
should definitely
spooky
do like a
and
series on here
magical.
where we talk about like 90s and 80s like teen horror novels and shit. I think that would be
Yes,
fun.
okay. That would be a great episode.
And they're short, so like it wouldn't be a lot of work for Brie.
No, it takes like 40 minutes to read one, I swear.
They're so
Um,
good and they're so
but they're
cheesy.
so great. And then like of course we would have to talk about Goosebumps.
Oh, like oh, I
Such good childhood memories. By the way, the mirror one was terrifying. The invisible mirror trick one. Oh my God. I read that in the in the fourth grade when I was 9 years old, and I had nightmares maybe for 3 weeks. I'm just saying. It was so good. It was so
I
good.
don't know if I
And
ever got nightmares
honorary
from any of
mention,
them.
honorary mention, the Animorphs. Yes.
Gay, trans
Gay.
rights.
Trans rights. Trans rights.
I
And
fucking
spooky
loved
trans
that
rights.
series.
Yes. Intergalactic trans rights.
Ugh,
I'm just saying.
so good.
So good, and the
So
covers were
good.
iconic.
Ah,
Right?
the best covers. And you would see them at the book fairs at school, and you would want them so bad.
I would always get like when I was allowed to get stuff at the Scholastic book fairs, I would get like Animorphs books, R.L. Stein books, and the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books. I was obsessed with those.
Yes.
They should not have been at an elementary school book fair, but they were, and I
So
was very
good.
happy about it. The art was
Yeah.
so scary.
The art was
Oh,
chef's kiss.
it was so good.
So good.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
we have
no.
Animorphs, though, I
Book
want an
episode is
X-Files episode.
absolutely happening. I hope you guys are going to look forward to it as much as we are to
I like
record
how we
it.
just laid out a bunch of reviews that we're gonna do. By the way, guys,
Yeah. So
get
yes, we
ready.
took June off, but like, we're gonna give you guys some juicy, juicy content. So it's
I
totally
will
worth it.
say, forewarning that we're still gonna have like kind of weird schedules because like there's shit happening in our personal lives, at least with me and Bree, where we're gonna be busy. We'll explain later, but
Yeah,
hopefully we
this
won't
is
miss an
part of the
entire month.
whole, like, legal side of Bree's life that we can't really talk about.
Yeah.
Not yet,
Yeah.
but we'll let you know when it's all done. It's just, like, right now we're just letting you know, like, shit's gonna be busy for at least another month. Second, 2/3 of Gay Pride. It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll upload and well obviously we're uploading in June because this is July because this is going up. We won't be as bad as we were with June, but yeah. So be prepared for Nicolas Cage reviews.
Oh my God,
Goose.
how ironic would it be if we uploaded on 4th of July and be like, celebrating what? Colonialism and genocide?
Oh my God! If you do celebrate Fourth of July, first of all, why? Second of all, please don't light any fireworks, especially if you live in the Pacific Northwest, because I'm tired of our fucking state being on fire every summer. Can we please not light any fireworks? I know you guys like big boom things in sky, but it's too hot and too dry. I
And
can't.
so dangerous and not
It's
worth
so
it.
dangerous. It's not worth what I don't understand. And like honestly, can we be for real? Fourth of July is one of the most boring fucking holidays. Wow, you barbecue and you drink beer and you go on your boat. It's not
And
like you can't do
honestly,
that
if
any
you're
other day of the
that
summer.
desperate to see fireworks, just like buy a projector and like put it on the side of your house and like turn on YouTube, click the fireworks video, and enjoy the shit out of it.
Yeah, and it's more environmentally friendly anyway. And you won't start a forest fire.
And it would
That would be
probably be
great.
cooler. And you could play music while it was going, so it could be like a dance party with
But also
barbecue.
what are we celebrating?
But what
What are
are
we
we celebrating?
what are we celebrating? Let's just replace 4th of July with second Halloween. I feel like that would just be
Yes.
give me a summer Halloween.
And a summer Halloween would mean even sluttier Halloweener outfits.
Yes, so summer Halloween could be for when we want to be slutty, and then real Halloween could be for spooky time. You guys,
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes.
It's a horror
yes,
weenie.
Horrorween.
It's a horror weenie
Yes,
You
it's
guys,
a
we've
horror
replaced
weenie.
July 4th. We don't need it anymore.
with horror weenie.
Yeah. We have Halloween and Horrorween.
Do you guys want some cats? We got some cats for you.
You guys want some cats? We have free cats here.
They sound like
What
the
is
light,
it
don't
about
they?
cats and like
No.
being crazy later at night when they should be sleeping and not?
Sirius is literally eyeing my altar right now, and it's making me very uncomfortable
I think
because
it's
I
time to
keep
end the
finding the
episode.
crystals on the floor.
All right, you
Oh,
guys, thanks for listening to our episode and just like remember it's okay not to be okay. This has
yeah. I'm
been
gonna leave a link to the suicide hotline down below, as well as our resources like that I've always been leaving, like in regards to like marginalized communities that need our help and support. There are also I'll leave mental health resources now too, because bitch, we went through a collective trauma and we're going through it, and it's fine, and we all need help sometimes.
and it would be a better world if we all stick together and this is just like our way of sticking together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be back soon with horror content.
Yeah, from
Um,
your lovable, friendly internet witchy queer aunts.
yes. So make sure you watch Willy's Wonderland before our next upload, and yeah, I think that's it.
Stay hydrated, bitches.
And
Stay hydrated.
drink water. Drink water, baby.
Get your vaccine.
That should be like known.
That's
Like, come on.
I
Anyway,
know, but still.
adios.
yeah.
Bye.